everybody. Welcome back to Absolute Cuts. For, I think, episode 47.
Is it 7?
No, 46. 46.
Is it 46?
Yeah, this is 46.
Okay, right. Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting close to 50.
We're getting close
We're
to 50.
getting the big kahuna.
The big 5-0. Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I suppose. It is 46.
It is 46.
This is 46 we're going to be doing.
Cool. How was your week?
I was grand. What did I do? I did fuck all. I've been busy. I've been writing, but I haven't done anything like interesting.
Good podcast chat.
Good podcast chat in Belfast. No, what have we done? We did Belfast the last time.
Yeah, did Belfast. No, you didn't.
No, I went.
No,
I didn't again. No, I went to Belfast.
Aye.
That was good fun. And Blackfriars. I went to. That's right. I was in Glasgow the day Celtic won
Oh,
the.
yeah.
Wearing an Ireland top. I was getting high fives.
Were you?
left,
You'd
right,
be
and
like
centre.
that fucking king.
Yeah, yeah. I was in my head. I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do any of this. It did backfire. The fact I wanted to go to bars and I wasn't allowed until about 10.
Because you had colours on. What was it? Was it mental?
Yeah, it was mayhem. It was genuinely got.
Yeah.
It got because I was way down, near close to where Blackfriars is. Way down. Fuck me, the street.
That's like Trongate. That's where the main concentration of them all were.
Oh god, it was insane. Like you couldn't walk down half the streets. It was good fun though. Like,
Yeah.
you know. And then we went into Blackfriars, and the guy working in Blackfriars was just like, someone was stabbed to death in Tesco.
Jesus Christ. I know that Tesco.
Yeah. Someone stabbed to death in that Tesco, right? Fuck. And then apparently 2 other people died earlier in the day too, in like a fight.
No idea about that.
Yeah, and I was like, so 3 people have died today. He kept coming in, and he goes, yeah, and a 4th may not make it. And I was like, Jesus Christ. But I never seen anything in the news. I felt like there would have been.
I've not seen anything at all. I've not really been keeping on top of it. Like
Yeah.
I always Google. I'm a big fan of riots.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
told you
yeah.
this before. This is one of my favourite things to watch is riots.
We haven't. Yeah, you were at the Rodney King ones.
I was at that. I was at the Black Lives Matter riots.
Yeah.
I've been to every riot when any American team won their title.
You in Rittenhouse.
Yep.
You didn't really have the permit for the gun. Not that I'd say he did. You had a different type of weapon.
What's the most famous riot of all time?
LA riots.
The
Wasn't
LA
it?
riots, yeah.
There's
ones in
Paris,
Detroit.
a couple.
Yeah. Paris always have riots.
Munich, would that be?
Aye. I tell you the worst. That fucking documentary that Netflix are trying to
Oh, good.
to do about the riot before the Euros final. What?
Just a bunch. It's like they remember the day we were like, oh, look at these fucking twats. These England, typical England fan shit. And then, a whole documentary about a football game that was stopped for 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Seems a bit overkill.
Yeah. If you think this podcast is toxic towards English football fans, just wait till the Euros starts. And for 4 weeks, it's going to be mayhem.
Yeah.
Some of the vitriol we'll be fucking spouting on this.
We should do only football films for the Euros.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We'll do that. We'll
Right,
do that.
that's
right.
a great idea.
So while the Euros is on, every episode that will be released will be about football. We'll
That's
stick
a
that. That's
superb
going to be
idea.
like
As
fucking
long as
football factory.
Will that
goal.
wait a minute? Will that coincide? Because we've got a plan for our 49th and 50th.
Oh, that would
So
be.
if this week is 46,
Okay.
then next week's 47, 48, 49. Yes.
Okay.
So we can do the 49 or we could do the 50th, and then after that do the football ones.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Right. Cool.
Everybody-
So we'll start the football ones on the 25th of June.
Sweet. That's great. That
It's
is
like I know that many.
The
There's
football
not
factory
that many, is there?
goal. I can think of goal football.
Oh, I know
factory.
what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
You have one. Oh, I know what you have. I know what you've just thought.
What?
If I know you, Airbud World Cup.
No, it's not.
Airbud World Cup.
It is now. That's class. That's class. I've been gardening most of the week. You ever garden?
That's why I didn't ask you back.
You ever
How about your
garden
week?
much?
No, not really.
No.
Back home, I was forced. It's therapeutic when my mum made me do it.
It's very therapeutic. I hate
I like cutting
actually.
grass. Does that count?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then I like cutting grass.
I hate
Hauling ass.
cutting grass and hauling ass.
Ryan Cullen.
Ryan Cullen cutting grass, talking sass, and hauling ass.
I've never drove one of the ride-on ones.
No, neither have I. I've used a petrol one though. That's pretty fucking cool.
What?
Yeah.
I only use petrol. What the fuck?
No, what? No, you don't.
You only use petrol, goddamn. I've never not used a petrol.
You've
lawnmower.
never plugged in a lawnmower.
No, I've never plugged in a lawnmower.
Lies.
I live in Ireland. I have
shite
never plugged. I've
lies.
seen them. You're talking about them wee Flymos. More people have petrol lawnmowers than Flymos.
There's not a chance more people. You'd say to me more people in the UK have petrol. Petrol with the cost of petrol now. Petrol lawnmowers than they do one they can buy for 60 quid from Argos.
I don't think that the majority of things in this thing are Flymos.
I genuinely, in the past 20 years, have not seen a petrol lawnmower.
You're having me right, because like I see a Flymo where the people are trying not to go over their own card, and I'm like, fuck that shit. But everybody, you've only revved up a petrol.
Mine's got rollers on it. It's not a Flymo. Mine doesn't. It doesn't fucking hover.
Well, still okay, right? But okay, it's not a Flymo, but it's still.
But it's got rollers and shit, and it's on the ground.
Yeah.
And it.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Cuts it up good. Right, and I let it.
It cuts it up good.
Here's a wee tip, a wee gardening tip for old green fingers, Nelson.
That's yours.
Because I had a front garden that was all stones. Right, I know. Fucking check me.
Sure,
and it looked like shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was just like scattered stones. So I was like, I'm gonna grow a lawn there. And people around thought I was mad. Like, there's not a fucking chance you're growing a lawn on those stones like that. That's going to be dry as shit under there. It's not going to take. It fucking took, right? It's taken me about 5 years, but I've now got a lawn at the front, right? And I tell you what the key is. The key is, see when you're... Well, first of all, this is the first year I've mowed it because it was too delicate to mow it before. What I was using was a strimmer to cut it, right? You don't tidy up the cuttings. What you do is any patch you've got that hasn't taken yet, you go and put the cuttings in that, stamp it down, and it knits into the grass. It knits into all the other grass, and it knits in to the soil.
I think it just.
And that's why I've got a lush lawn.
Yeah. Did you? So you're trying to say that everybody was saying you're a madman for this. So when you did it, were you? Like,
I'll show all of you.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
In your garden, shouting at the neighbours. Mark's out again. On his lawn.
No top on.
Are you not entertained? Yeah, no top on. Just a big
cans. I tell you another thing I bought that me and Seamus are in awe of. I bought a wood burner. Not a wood burner, a weed burner. Right, we were in Lidl. And
like a wee pipe?
No, it's a cannon of a thing.
A weed burner,
right? Now I did have one, but it required gas in it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't where the fuck to buy gas.
Yeah.
This one again plugs in.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that would be more normal. Yeah.
It just shoots the hottest fucking stream of air, right? Like hot, proper burn, and then you put it on a weed, and it fucking disintegrates the thing. But it's class C if you get like dried bits. Or like dried leaves or something.
On your legs.
A big fucking flame goes everywhere and it incinerates everything. It's awesome.
That sounds class, in fairness. That sounds great.
20 quid it cost me. One of the best things I've ever bought.
Does that want to be one of those things where you lose 6 times and then it's gone?
Yeah.
And one slight thing goes wrong.
I've used it all weekend, and you can strip paint off.
Well, that's enough then, to be honest. Half the time if you 20 quid.
And burn people.
Yeah, imagine.
That's what it's really
Some dude owes you $5. Burning his toes off and the thing.
Yeah. Somebody owes me fantasy football money.
I was given Elliot owed me fantasy football money because I won our league. And you know, the people are not happy with me in another league.
No,
because on the last day, I won my other league as well.
Did you?
For money? Yeah, on the last day I was second, and he was playing. He was paying. The guy that was winning the league was playing Sid, that we know, and Sid. I started message Sid. Sid hadn't changed his team in months, and it was the final day. So I had to win mines, and he had to lose his. So I won mines, and I messaged Sid. I was like, Sid hadn't changed it in months. I was like, Sid, you better fucking change, and you change it to these people, and you do it now. And Sid goes, all right, fuck's sake. Sid does it.
That's
you're
dodgy.
not. You reckon
that's
No, so you think it's bad? I thought it was fine.
That's bad. You can't.
Does it make it better that my cousin was against the guy that was in first, and he basically did similar? Like he was also not really, but definitely not as bad.
You can't. I don't know. It's like because we had very strict rules in ours that you can't. If you're doing shite, you can't just start transferring players.
Yeah,
you can't throw. You can't throw the.
So when I'm the commissioner, like that one weird, and you can't do that. I wouldn't allow that.
Yeah,
because I just completely tanks.
But then you do it in another one. So
no, that's not what.
What happened. Is that? Is that what you are? Like, do as I say, don't do as I do.
No. You're getting this all wrong. I don't think you're understanding what's happening.
Right.
Sid's team, he just had 4 or 5 injuries. I alerted him, going like, change them fuckers.
But if he's not done it for months,
he hasn't done it.
Then
in like
it
2
raises
months,
suspicions. That's because it's obvious. Of course, like they must have known you were at it.
Oh yeah, we all messaged each other
before
been in
the
week.
We've
already had messages before the week.
I wouldn't pay you. I wouldn't. It'd be void. It'd be utterly void.
Well, we'll see. Why
the fuck is Sid in a fantasy football league with your cousin?
I needed players. I asked you as well.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you said no. Pretty sure you and a couple others were like, we have fun too much.
I'll come in next year.
Good stuff.
Definitely come in next year.
Yeah, come in.
Now that I know that it's a lawless society in there, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
It's definitely way more lawless than our one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Our one, the one we had in our football group though, would get. I mean, it would get violent if there was any.
You were winning most of the league.
I was winning. My team went. I was 12 points ahead at the Christmas turn, and do you know what it did for me? That fucking Asian Cup.
Oh, because everyone fucked off.
Everyone fucked off.
Yeah.
And I lost. That and Gabriel Jesus becoming
losing his
and losing Diogo Jota.
Oh yeah, he's always that person.
I lost him. I lost 2 of them to injury the same week, and then I lost Son.
Yeah.
And I was fucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucked, and I had nothing. And then I had so many key injuries. But I at that point I was coasting, and I was like, "There's not a chance I'm not winning this." Like,
right.
Even if I go through a bad patch.
Yeah.
But the bad patch lasted 14 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't win a game for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Even against utter shite like Elliot, I didn't win.
Here's a good one. You know what? Actually, I literally talking about this earlier because I was laughing at all the abuse I was sending Elliot to because he owed me money, and I was just like, you know this Kesha song. This is not related, right? But
TikTok.
Is it "Wake Up in the Morning"?
In the morning,
Victoria told me
like
that
P. Diddy, yeah.
He's now wiped from the radio. She says, I heard it on the news, heard it on the radio, and it was waking up the morning feeling like, and nothing.
Then they just take P. Diddy out of it.
They didn't even add anything.
Oh, he's been Chris Benoit.
He's been Chris Benoit.
Just erased from history.
So he's not waking up in the morning feeling like, you need someone else. Who else? Who would feel good in mornings?
No, it needs to rhyme with P. Diddy now as well.
Stanley Tucci. Like up in the morning feeling like Stanley Tucci. Who's on this next film we're going? Anybody here? No, they wouldn't really fix it. Yeah.
Did you watch the video of P. Diddy?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, who was it? It wasn't Cassie, was it?
I don't know who it was.
Yeah, she was a singer. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
But
sure, who was it? Was it R. Kelly or P. Diddy that was married to Aaliyah that died in the plane crash?
I think that was R. Kelly.
That might have been R. Kelly.
One of the
pedo R&B dads.
Aye.
Right. And then R. Kelly, yeah, she was 15 as well when he married her.
The signs were all there.
The signs were there. Anthony Kiedis is at it too. He's real bad. You ever see his?
Is he? From the Chili Peppers.
He's like 62 now, and his girlfriend's 19 and stuff, and it looks real bad. She looks underage too, which is even worse.
Do you know the Chili Peppers? Right. I don't think Chad Smith, the drummer.
Yeah.
I don't think he fits with the rest of them.
You think
I think he's sound. Like he seems like a proper cool as fuck, lovely guy. Chad Smith. The rest of them seem like wanks.
Yeah, Flea seems a bit much.
Yeah, he does. He does seem a bit much. He's the kind of guy that never shut the fuck up. Flea. right?
Oh, yeah,
Kiedis
yeah.
is a bell end.
Yeah, definitely.
Frusciante, I don't know a huge amount about, but
good guitar player.
he's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
But do you know what?
Oh, he was out, didn't he? Didn't they boot him for a while?
Aye.
Some shite cunts. Dave Navarro.
Did he not get? I thought Frusciante left because he was addicted to heroin. I think that's what Under the Bridge is about.
Oh, it was,
Under the Bridge is definitely about doing heroin.
But isn't Kiedis not the big heroin dude?
He was.
Oh, right, okay.
But
so
he didn't get kicked out.
So
but
they
Frusciante
all
was out. Aye.
They all dabbled.
But do you know? I used to love the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I was at high school, and like Blood Sugar Sex Magic came out.
Yeah.
Then Californication came out, and Californication was class.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened, but the last time I saw them live, it was so boring. It was
Ruined
just
everything.
fucking so dull. I don't know what it was just like. I think they're just shite now.
Yeah.
Like that By the Way
Hey,
song's
yo.
fucking shite.
Hey Snow. No, it's
I hate that's
cash.
guff as well.
yeah.
Just get back to the fucking
He looks fucking
Sir
ridiculous.
Psycho sexy shit. Get out of that bizarre funk you used
You're
to do.
better when they had sex in either the album or the song names.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about snow.
Ah,
Fuck off.
I bet they mean cocaine.
Maybe.
I bet they do.
Bet they do. That's how edgy them boys are. I reckon. Wonder how many some of those bands are like mad into. Like, bet you they were fuck all. You know,
I know a guy that is a photographer, and he has been backstage. Does a lot of the Barrowlands, and he's photographed
he'll have
a
seen
lot
that.
of folk. And he said, you know the Dundee band The View?
Yeah.
He said
They're
they
from
are
fucking. Are they from Scotland? Right,
from
yeah.
Dundee, yeah.
Yeah.
I had the same.
Yeah.
dreams
I used to get
on
compared to it because he had curly hair.
now. Yeah. What?
When I had curly,
Fuck off.
when I had curly hair, people used to call me either the Cooks or the View.
Oh my god, the Cooks.
Yeah.
God, they were terrible. He said they're the most hardcore band he's ever seen backstage. He was like, it wasn't even just, it was drink obviously and coke, but he was like fucking smack, like crack, just fucking into everything, like
The
and just
View.
constant.
No, what he did sound quite.
They were proper animals, like
Scene.
boys for Dundee, like.
Yeah. In fairness, yeah.
Absolute
That's
animals.
enough. Yeah, for me.
Before we move on to the film, are you worried about this blood infection scandal?
What's the blood?
Because you have you not seen that?
What blood
Have you not
inspection?
seen the biggest news in the whole of the UK?
No, I haven't. And
So what happened was there was a big inquiry into it, and the report was produced yesterday. It's like one of the biggest it's probably the biggest medical scandal in British history,
okay.
where haemophiliacs
The bleeding out cunts, yeah.
were being were being put forward for like revolutionary treatment, and they were basically given blood that had come from the US that was infected and hadn't been tested properly. So like there's like 300 odd of them that got HIV and hepatitis from this blood that was given. Like kids, there's like a 7-year-old kid that was haemophiliac, right?
Yeah.
And then were offered this on the NHS. This isn't like some backyard fucking guy in his shed, right? Were offered this treatment.
Up the kid full of AIDS.
And they were experimenting. I mean, it's proper like Nazi Gestapo kind of shit. They were experimenting on these people to see the effects of various drugs and this blood. And all of them got... And then... But when you start listening to it, right, you go, that is really shite. Like, really shite.
Yeah,
because, like, it's a whole cover-up. And the government knew about it. The NHS knew about it.
Okay.
So it's all been covered up and it's been properly deceitful. When you listen to some of the victims, right, because obviously most of the victims ended up dying, but see their families, like their families lost jobs because this was like late 70s, early 80s when the HIV epidemic was still, like there was fear, there was adverts on telly with tombstones going, don't go near anyone that can even spell HIV. Yeah, right?
How about you can spell gay?
And it was...
That's what you were going to say?
And then, but they were coming home to literally like shit painted on their house. They had to leave their houses. Folk got sacked from their jobs because they were worried that they were bringing hepatitis into the work. So their like livelihood's ruined.
Oh my god!
So that it's going to be, I think it's going to be like the biggest payout in British history. It's like 10 billion.
Oh Christ!
So I think I was reading just before this that each person, I don't know each person or each family affected is going to get 27 million. Here's a question.
Yeah, would you take it?
That's a valid moral question.
Would you take HIV for 27 million quid?
But anything like that malpractice thing, right? Or dying at work by an accident,
No, I wouldn't like
or
to die
something
at
like
work.
that. Would you take? Right. Okay. Right. Take
Give me a
it
scenario.
as a personal thing.
Right,
Would you, if you knew that there was going to be a malpractice scenario, you're getting given an experimental drug that you've been promised was safe, or a vaccine.
Yeah.
To shout out to all you conspiracy theorists out
Yeah.
there. And you know it was going to debilitate your life and you were going to have an early death, but you were going to get paid out 27 million. Would you take it
No.
and have a kick-ass couple of years?
No, because I don't know how long. It would really depend on how long that
Right.
it would fuck you.
Would you become paralyzed from the waist down for 27 million? No.
No, I don't think so.
Fuck off. 27 million.
That's such a lot. Like, it's such a lot of money.
Like,
It's it's a lot
imagine you
of
could
money.
proper like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest
Suppose
Gump
you could
it.
buy.
New legs. Get the legs that Pistorius had. But imagine, because
For 27 million, in fairness, would be pretty.
that Pistorius legs at that time were the cutting edge. That was years ago. Do you imagine the class legs you could buy now?
For comedy.
proper
Springing on stage.
T1000-esque legs.
I'd probably, yeah. I mean, I would definitely be thinking about it all evening.
I would
think you would go straight
lose,
off?
I'd lose both
What
legs
if you?
for
What,
27 million.
what about this then? What if you're paralyzed from the waist up?
Ooh, you can only use the legs. Can you still use your brain?
Yeah, your brain will still work, but
Can you
you
still
can't
use
use
your
your.
eyes?
They work. You can see.
So all your facial features are working, your brain's working, but you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
use your hands.
Yeah, you'd be basically walking, and your whole body be slumped over from the waist down. You'd be dragging your head along
Right,
the ground.
I would again still take it because there
How
must
would
be.
you stick that?
there
Why
must-
would you take
no,
that
because
one?
there must be some kind of steel rod
No, God,
that you could
you
prop
hold
yourself.
you up so you'd be like walking around like
Aye,
a fucking.
stick a brush,
legs
a
running.
brush down your pants, and then like
gonna make-
fence grips.
Yeah.
You know those cable ties.
Yes.
Right, that's what I would do. Right, I'd put a broom down the back. Right, like a splint, prop myself up against the handle of the broom, and then cable tie my body around the
look
broom, so I'm walking along
You'd
like
be like
that all the
weekend
time.
at Bernie's, but also nobody's
Aye,
around you.
I'm weekend at Bernie's with 27 million.
Okay, right. So yeah, I would definitely not do that.
Right.
You know, like the waist up. First of all, you'd be in hospital a lot because it'd be like a medical miracle.
I don't think there's much I wouldn't do for 27 million.
Would you? What about? Would you suck off Gareth Southgate?
Yes.
27 million quid.
Suck off Gareth to get 27 quid.
Okay, for 27 minutes of your time.
Of course you would. 27 million. There's not a chance. I'd suck anyone off for
What
27
about
million.
right? What about you? No, I don't know. I can't think of one then actually because that is pretty bad.
Would you eat your own shit for 27 million?
Maybe, yeah. Probably.
Come on.
You'd give it a go. Like, I
How
don't know if
much
I
shit
could.
would you eat?
No, I don't know. See, I can't. That's something now. Is like, can you do it though?
Would you eat
You're now getting into
a kilo
I
of your
couldn't-
own shit?
I don't think I could eat a kilo of shit, regardless of how much money you put up. Like physically, eat it.
I would.
You're allowed to make a wee pasta with it.
No, you've got to eat it. It's got it, and it's fresh. Like it's just freshly laid. You've
Stop
just
saying laid.
You've just shit
You
on a
don't say-
plate, and you have to eat it there
Oh,
and then.
right, okay.
So at least it's warm.
Oh, I felt sick there when you said that. I felt sick.
27 million. Do you know how much stuff you can make go away with 27 million?
I can make people go away.
You could do like literally 27 million.
Yeah, this podcast will be over.
Or would it be amazing? Imagine we invested 27 million in this fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, it would really need to
Jesus.
be good if you ended up investing. Has a podcast ever had 27 million invested into it?
No, very much doubt it.
Doubt it, yeah.
Can you imagine how good we would be?
Rogan's would be as
We
close.
wouldn't
I
even
would say.
need to be
A
good.
million.
We just buy Rogan's studio.
That'd be so funny because we could make our own show and review it. Make our own film for 27 million quid. Proper box office.
Yes.
Well, this is the greatest film of all time.
Yes.
It'd be terrible if we ripped it apart. Fucking, what are you thinking? Yeah.
Another quick question. Would you, in the scenario that you knew you were going to get the disease, you were going to die very quickly, but your family would then get 27 million afterwards? You wouldn't do that?
Nah,
I'd do that as well.
They can fuck off. I
I'd
wouldn't give your
definitely-
family shit.
I'd definitely get 27 million.
But like that and for example, you know what your family are.
Yeah.
It's still your same family, and you would say yes.
The family
Your
I
one,
have
the
just
ones
now,
you have right now, you would look at them and say yes.
I would
die for them.
Yes.
You're mad.
For 27 million, I wouldn't die for them for nothing. I'd die for 27 million.
You wouldn't die for them for none. For 27 million, okay. So you just would rather have them it's more money. That is purely money then.
Yeah.
Well, it is, I suppose. You're being offered 27
I
million.
reckon 27 million replaces a father.
Aye. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, like, I reckon you can replace you fairly handy. I don't think I need 27 million. Need a fucking goddamn balloon and a KFC bucket. For one.
Right, last one.
Right.
27 million. Would you... Right, and you've got to provide your own tools.
not a good start.
So you've got to... Right, would you, for 27 million, go and dig up your dead gran and lick her out for 27 million?
I reckon no, to be honest, Mark, because I reckon I had to spend 27 million on therapy after that.
Oh, God.
How could you move on with money?
Imagine getting caught. There's money in this.
Yeah, insane.
It's fine, officer. Listen, this is a financial transaction.
Yeah. It look like we buried her with gold coins.
I'm a blood relative.
Oh God! Thank God.
Oh God. Do you reckon there'd be any of her left?
No,
To
well, I'm not
actually-
fucking thinking about
Any
this.
skin to lick?
No,
Or
there
would it
wouldn't
just be
Why
bone?
would there be? It was years
Would it just be
ago.
bone you would be
It'd probably be bones.
going
now.
down just on bone?
Yeah, bones and soggy dirt.
Right. No flesh at all, no?
No, I doubt it.
I reckon.
You
I reckon
reckon?
there'd be a wee clit left. For you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, fucking Christ.
That's one of the worst things we've ever said in this.
It's good though.
Right,
It's not getting taken out.
this week's film, Cullen, introduce your pick.
I introduced. I didn't introduce this to anything. We've both seen this film, but this is gone in 60 seconds.
Yes.
The best of the car chasing, best of the car stealing movies.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a good Fast and the Furious movie.
I had to check. This is before Fast and the Furious.
It is okay, right?
And I feel that because there's a lot of things in this that you go, oh, that's quite like Fast and the Furious, and then you go, maybe Fast and the Furious copied them.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, I'll tell you. Right,
Yeah.
I'll do this very quickly because I've got my facts. Right, the facts about the film because you'll love the last two.
Okay.
Right. So in this film, the idea is they've got to steal 50 cars in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty much 72 hours really, but they only really do it in one night.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
There's preparation.
And the main car is a GT
Mustang.
Mustang?
Or Ford GT. Or is it
Aye.
a Mustang? It's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang, silver Mustang, right? Which they refer to as. We'll get to why they call them girls' names, but
Eleanor.
it's called Eleanor, and that's the name that Nicolas Cage, who's the main thief, always gives him because that's like his unicorn, as they say. That's the one he can't steal, right? There were 7 of them made for the film.
Okay.
5 of them get trashed during it. Who do you think owns the other 2?
Oh, that's great. Michael Bay.
No, but
He didn't make-
you're close because he didn't make this.
No, I just thought that he would be. No, I
So,
didn't.
but as the producer,
Bruckheimer.
Bruckheimer.
Jerry's got one.
Bruckheimer's got one.
I'm fucking an arsehole. That's who I'm thinking of.
Aye.
That is
That's
actually.
they're
Because I
easily.
was sitting there going Michael Bay, but I'm thinking
Aye.
of Brooke. But no, I was thinking of Bad Boys because it's filmed like Bad Boys, which
Aye.
is also a Bruckheimer
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
So
Yeah,
Bruckheimer has one, but he's never driven it because he's too scared to
Okay.
damage it. Who do you think's got the other one?
It's not Cage. Is
It
it?
is Cage.
Oh, is it?
Cage's got it.
Oh, all
Drives
right.
it all the fucking time.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's
all the fucking time.
that's
Loves
excellent.
it.
I'm
Absolutely
glad
loves
that
it, apparently.
that's nice.
He loves it so much that Cage did his own stunts for this as well. All of his own stunts, right?
That's
all,
cool.
All the driving scenes is Cage,
Nice.
including the car chase, which is
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
This film in Greece is called Common 60 Seconds,
Fuck's sake.
which means I'm going to have to rename my autobiography. Yeah, Greece is called Common 60 Seconds.
That's so good.
This one you will love
Okay.
because we love Timothy Oliphant.
Yes.
Who's,
Oh,
in this,
yeah.
who's in this film. He's not in this film much. He's a bit shit in this film, to be honest. He was the original choice to play Dominic Toretto in Fast and the Furious.
I know this. I fucking heard that before.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
That's
such
a
a different
wild choice,
That's
isn't it?
such a different fucking.
There is
you
not
like-
a chance they would be on like their 19th film if
No.
it had been Oliphant.
Nah, not a hope. He's a better actor by a mile.
He's
but-
a better actor. He
but
wouldn't
not-
have hung about to
No,
do
not a chance.
this many.
No, no.
And it
They
certainly
need-
wouldn't have
they
got
need-
fucking
no.
ridiculous.
That's not a cool. I feel like even the partners doesn't make much sense. I can't see Michelle Rodriguez buying into Timothy Oliphant.
Nah.
First of all, she's lesbian.
Is she?
Yeah.
In the film or
No,
in real life?
In real life.
Is she? Damn. Another one.
Another
one bites it.
bites the dust. Bites the rug. No,
Another one bites the rug.
no, just the rug. I didn't
So
like it. Did you watch the trailer to this? It was terrible.
I've got a fact about the trailer.
Yeah, too many spoilers.
Yes! There you go.
Sevens.
That's the first ever Hollywood film where the female voices over the trailer.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. The first ever. Oh, that's depressing. Kind of
That's
miserable.
depressing.
I'd say.
2000.
What did you say? Yeah, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's not
And it feels weird. Because not that many trailers have voiceovers now. I think a voiceover for a trailer now would feel weird.
yeah.
Whereas I'm surprised even back then there was a
Yeah.
voiceover introducing stuff in trailers.
I didn't realize that voiceovers are gone. Like you wouldn't be able to do June 2 in a world.
No,
far
exactly.
away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starring Zendaya
Uh,
Timothy Chalamet.
Class film. I love this.
Yeah,
film.
yeah, it's great.
So
it's,
entertaining.
It's like obviously it's a dick flick.
Yeah.
But it's also, and it's mind numbing, but in a fun way. There's this could easily be the worst film of all time.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage again. It's
Nicolas
perfect for
Cage's
him.
brilliant.
Perfect for it.
He's absolute class in this because he's just the right amount of fucking lunacy.
Yeah. He's good at this. Is perfectly cast.
The
for
bit, I mean, the bit where they listen to Lowrider
Oh yeah.
and he kind of closes his eyes and he goes,
I love that.
"Let's ride."
yeah. I've used the GIF before.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a weird bit before
I feel like that's Cage as well. I feel like that is not written down anywhere.
No, God, no. Aye.
There's not a chance.
That's like we talked about with The Rock.
Yeah,
How much is Cage just fucking doing this?
He doesn't come in with scripts.
Yeah. This is our third Cage film. We've done Face Off and we've done The Rock.
All right, third Cage film. Good.
And Con Air's getting done. Like,
Yeah. I have another person in this film we've done for you.
I think I know who it is. Is it not who you'd expect?
Yep.
It's the guy he's part of his wee brother's crew.
Yeah.
And you saw him in. He plays Frank in Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I saw him again.
And he's also the kid in Independence Day. Yeah.
I saw him.
I don't know the guy's name.
I seen him in the car. I'm like, fuck me. That's the
Yeah.
third film we've done. We don't even
Yeah.
know his name. We must look at that. We must check that out again.
But aye, Cage. The weird bit before they do that lowrider scene where he goes to get, because he's got like his specific like rug of tools.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a leather jacket and goes, "I am a bad man."
That doesn't sound like he skinned the cow himself.
But then he puts on exactly the same leather jacket as he was wearing, and you're like, "What the fuck, man? Like, at least have like flames going up or
I'm
some
a
shit."
bad
But
man.
I am a bad man.
I couldn't really follow the plot. It sounds so stupid, right?
Really?
I'll tell you what, right? At the start, I was like, wait a minute, why are they stealing cars? Is it just they're stealing cars, right? That's fine. But I didn't understand why it's 50 cars, why it's exactly 50 cars. I understand that the time is, that's when the boat or whatever, or when the shipping or the deadline and everything. I
Yeah.
get that. But in my head, I was just like,
There's
and
a
why
lot.
did it have to be only 47? Or the guy's like, you know what he's going to be like. He wants the 50 or it's over. If he's selling cars, he's just like, right, cool.
Aye, because when he turns up late at the end with the Mustang, and he goes, "You're 12 minutes late," and you're going, "Well," because he's only rather than going to the South Americans, he's selling them to and going, "Look, we got the 50. Fucking give it a rest, right?
Yeah.
This one's going to arrive a day late.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than that, he sees his only other option is to kill Cage and crush the car. Surely the guy still needs one of these Mustangs. Like,
he's just like, I can't take that. It's late.
Yeah,
but the car, it's only got a wing mirror. Destroy it.
Exactly.
Crush it.
Oh, there's a lot that doesn't make sense.
Being crushed in a car is a bad way to go because they threatened to crush the Scientology dude as well.
Oh,
Ribisi, at the start, so they're going to crush him. Like, that's rough. Being crushed in a car, you're like that every day, aren't you? You're always crushed in your car. I don't know.
And I drive a monster truck.
Yeah, Ford Mustard.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense. Why did you look at the list of cars? I looked it up, right? There's some cool as fuck cars.
Is there like a
couple
Ford
Aston
there?
Martins. No, but there's some cars you go, why?
This doesn't need stolen.
Like, genuine, like Mercedes. Like there's 3 Mercedes on it, and you're like, they're the kind of things that are like an estate agent drives.
Yeah, you can find
Do you know
them
what I mean? You're
so
like,
easily.
it's not that. Like a Diablo, you go, right, fair enough, the Mustang.
It's not really impressive, basically. You can get it on Gumtree.
Aye, and the fucking Mercedes are 3 of the most difficult ones to steal because they need to get those keys.
Yeah, that's right. That's like they're doing that stupid fucking.
Why bother with the Mercedes? Like, it just seems like you would go, right, if they're more difficult than everything else, you don't really need the 3 Mercedes. Let's just make it 47.
This is also do you know what as well? Because you're right, they should have just completely went, well, this is not really worth the fucking hassle of us all getting caught and ruining the whole project. This is also, by the way, we just said your man's in free things. You just said the dog ate the keys in one of this. Remember? This is the second film we've done where Vinnie Jones goes at a dog with a knife to cut something out of it.
Does it in Lock, Stock as well, didn't he? No?
I'm wrong. That's Snatch.
That's Snatch, aye.
It's not in Lock, Stock. It is. Shit. I've watched Snatch recently.
Aye.
That's what I was saying. But I was just like, but anyway. Yeah. It's quite funny that his 2 films that Vinnie Jones has came to a dog and went. The other one's a diamond, isn't it? The Snatch in this. It's like, cut that fucking out.
Yeah.
Cut the keys out of a dog.
That scene is. There's a lot of unnecessary shit in this film.
Do you know what would be funny though? If the police found that and found all the shed, all the thing, and then just a dog cut open, they'd be like, what are these fuckers at? Like, you would never think like they had to like cut the dog open.
Yeah. That's one scene. Because it's quite a long film, this.
Yeah, it was over necessarily.
That's one scene they could get rid of because it doesn't add to anything.
Yeah.
The dog. They're taking the dog for a walk, trying to get it to shit. It doesn't add anything at all.
Yeah.
The scene with Vinnie Jones and that dude in the car where there's a snake.
Pointless.
Didn't need that at all. That's a bizarre bit.
Yeah.
And why that weird bit where the guy for Independence Day and Donnie Darko turns up and he says, I just stole this car in Long Beach, right? And it turns out there's a shitload of heroin in the back. And you go, oh, this is what. So are they now going to sell the heroin to make a real profit off this? And like, no. And then they just burst open some heroin, and then big Delroy Lindo comes in, and then they get him to rev the car so that the exhaust blows away the heroin. This has been a fucking pointless 10-minute scene. It's never mentioned again. The heroin never turns up again. You're like,
they thought that was cool. They thought that would have been cool, blowing away the heroin. We'll get the police, and they all go.
Yeah,
it was fucking pointless.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, how did the heroin get behind the exhaust pipes?
Exactly.
Nothing made any sense. Delroy's a proper idiot too. There's the fact that not only did he fall for it, the fact he was in there going, "Woo!"
I know, yeah,
revving up the car, going.
He's so like friendly with the thieves.
This policeman, yeah.
Also, why are him and Timmy Olyphant? Why are they?
This happens in other films.
Car detectives.
Yeah. No, first of all, they know everything about the cars.
That's not a branch of
LAPD.
Yeah. Surely.
I doubt it.
Like
there might be somebody in behind, but not.
At one point, they have an argument with the homicide folk. as to what's more important with the case. And you're like, a guy's died.
You haven't seen.
You're fucking.
I don't care about your triple homicide. We've got a load of Chevys up here, and
It's ridiculous. Like, but they're so
fake tags on them.
like I don't buy that that's a division of
No,
the LAPD.
yeah. The fact that, and it is right. This happens on a lot of things. I've seen it even happen in The Wire and stuff. You know, like they're basically investigating these people. You know, the ones where they kind of like they all say hello to the people they're investigating. I would never do that if I was a policeman. You wouldn't be sitting me. You know, Nicolas Cage comes out of a fucking pizzeria, and next thing you're sitting there already posing, going, "Well, it's funny to see you around here, Mister Whatever. What are you doing back in town, eh?"
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's your job.
Yeah.
Don't go around alerting the cunt that you're watching him.
Aye,
Even if
I
he
know.
has a slight suspicion, I'm just like, why do people do this in movies every fucking
They're
time?
not like for as cool as the two of them are as actors, they're not the brightest of cops.
No,
Like,
yeah.
If you find out, right,
Yeah,
that there's 50 cars getting nicked
yeah. And you can't.
in a night,
Yeah.
right? Their solution is they put a guy at the casino because one of the cars is at the casino. that they're trying to nick,
Yeah.
right? And they decide to stake out one of their Mercedes, which again, the fact that it fucking belongs to a suburban house means it surely isn't that valuable a car,
Yeah.
right? And that can't be one of the only ones.
Because he did say there was only some of them are special editions. You know, like, so half of these don't need to be done.
Aye, so they're sitting in somebody's driveway, right? So that's their way. Why, if you know 50 cars are getting stolen, how are they shifting these cars?
Yeah.
There's a very good chance it's going to be either at the airport or it's going to be at the docks.
Yeah.
Go and check the fucking docks, and then you'll see 50 cars getting driven up by the same people that you're watching, and then you go,
Game
well,
over.
there you go. Like,
Yeah. You're trying to catch them in the wrong part.
ugh,
Yeah.
utter shite.
And tell me if y'all a fan's name, and it's Mr. Drycoff.
Is it? Dry cough?
Yeah, it's Drycoff. Mr. Drycoff. And his wife fucking Miss Wet Sneeze. It annoyed the shit out of me. Mr. Drycoff.
It's like...
And what's his name?
Cage's Memphis Rains. Memphis
so
Rains.
over the it's a good name.
Memphis Rains is my brother, Detroit Snow.
I fucking hate Giovanni Ribisi. He used to be good, like, but
I like him in Friends.
Oh,
funny
yeah.
in Friends.
And the Scientology.
He's a pain
thing.
in the arse in this.
Yeah,
He's also a shite.
fucking useless.
He's a shite thief.
Yeah.
Surely, I've never stolen a car,
Yeah.
but I would imagine keeping yourself to yourself and being quite sly about it is par for the course. That has to be like number one. So when he says at the start when he steals a Porsche, and his way to steal the Porsche, because surely car thieves, because
that's right, I know what you're talking about.
Cage is like the best car thief
Yeah.
in the world, and he at least does it in a class way.
Yeah.
Right? Ribisi at the start just lobs a brick through the car dealership's window and then drives the Porsche through the other window, and then for some reason stops at the lights to fucking
Say, "I love you."
smack talk some.
He says I love you, doesn't he?
Smack talk
Okay,
some
so-
girl, and then the guy decides to drag race him.
And do you know what the worst thing about the drag race is? Police are there, right? Police are at a junction, and they're looking. Basically, they see the two people drag racing. One guy slams the brakes on the person and stops, and then they drive through and they chase them and get them.
Yeah.
But they kind of looked as if the other people just saw the police and stopped at the red light. As if they went, "Oh, it's okay. Just you could drag race 100 miles an hour as long as you stop at that red light. You're free." He would have also went and arrested them because they were fucking drag racing up until that point.
Yeah.
It's not like you can do what you want as long as you fucking stop at that red. The
Yeah.
police are like, "Oh, you were close there." Out the window.
You're right.
This film. That was the start. This film does start. It's a proper intro to a movie. When it's got that 90s techno.
Moby.
It's not. It was 90s techno first of all with graphics flowing in.
Oh, yeah.
They had two intros.
And
So
then-
that stops, and then next thing, Bring Sally Up or whatever comes on, and then Bring Sally Up, and
Bring
then there's
Sally
more intro, and more people brought up.
Fuck Sally up, fuck Sally down. I didn't know that was Moby.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should talk about Moby.
Oh, I should be. My doppelganger.
Why do you think?
Is that what you're going? Yeah. Is that what? Was that what you were going to say?
You
Yeah.
look so much like Moby.
I do not look so much
You do.
like it's just
You're
I'm just
the
bald.
absolute spitting image.
I'm not the spitting
Moby.
image of fucking goddamn
It's.
Moby.
I would say you are. If seeing
You
know
wanna
like
see Moby's
a
dick?
usual see. See it. You know how they do a lineup, and they get people that look like the people, but they're not the exact people.
Yeah. If they were looking for Moby on Nevermind the
If
Buzzcocks.
you, aye, if you were being put in a lineup,
number 3.
right, and you were the criminal, the other 4 they would bring up would be Moby,
Okay.
Michael Stipe,
Okay.
Skeletor,
Skeletor, all right, yeah.
and Jade Goody's corpse.
The 7-year-old that they put blood into. The fucking NHS, one of the NHS fuck-ups.
Or that guy, Litvinenko. That
Oh,
got the,
I'm not going
the
to lie.
poisoning.
That came into me. That could come into my head.
He looks, you look so much like him.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I've totally forgot. I didn't even fucking. My friend, right? This week I've got a WhatsApp group.
Fuck, I
A
know.
WhatsApp group with my friends from that I grew up with, and my pal Johnny messaged out the blue, and at the group he was like, "Nelson, see your pal Cullen. Before I say anything, has he got something wrong with him?" Totally out of the blue. I was fucking howling laughing.
So funny.
I was howling laughing.
How do people do actually call like, are you all right? And I go, yeah, completely fine. That's like my grandmother. Like I tell all the time, my grandmother was babysitting me once, and behind my mother's back brought me to the doctor because she was like, "There's no way he isn't so sick." And then they did like a wee check and everything, and the doctor's like, "He's completely fine. He's just sick looking."
You look worse now. You're bald.
Looks
With
more
hair,
white.
at least you were.
You can hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get tinted moisturizer.
It's the sunken eyes.
I do have Trossard eyes.
Yeah.
Little beaver eyes.
Yeah. There's nothing there. Just like dark wells.
These are lovable eyes.
They're not.
They are. They fucking
They're
are.
the,
They
no,
are
they're
lovable
not.
eyes.
They're
You
the
can't do
eyes of someone that doesn't have long.
that.
And
You know,
knows they don't have long.
But I always thought I would die in an explosion, not from sickness.
You might still. If I have my way.
Car bomb. I'm more likely to die in a bath bomb. Fucking bath bomb accident.
Wonder if that still works, chucking a toaster into the bath.
No, it doesn't. The bread's all wet. It's a nightmare. Oh no, come on. That's not even funny. It's not even a stupid joke, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
At the start of this film, a guy who I didn't know was James Caan's son. I've seen him in loads of shit.
That guy, do you know what I fucking mean? Good God, man, that looks like
He always
James
plays
Caan.
like a henchman.
That's actually James Caan's.
Aye.
Like, because he doesn't look
What else
young
is he in?
enough.
Have we done any
Do you think he
films
looks
with him
young
in?
enough? Like, Caan is old. No, but he looks like he is the mechanic, or no,
Aye.
I'm thinking of a mechanic because
He's
he's
in-
mechanic in this. But I mean,
Fuck, can't even remember what else he's in.
he's not in Armageddon. No, he's not in
Nah.
Armageddon.
I think he's in Smoking Aces.
That's exactly it.
And he's in, I'm fairly certain he's in Enemy of the State as well.
Oh,
That's
right.
a Brockheimer.
Is it?
Aye, he's probably in a load of Brockheimer shit.
That would make
But,
sense.
aye, so I didn't know he was James Caan's son.
Yeah.
At
what's
the
his-
start, did you listen to his dialogue where they're in the, because he's waiting back at the garage, waiting for Ribisi to come back with this Porsche. And
Do
then,
they get raided? Do they at that time?
Aye, that's when Lindo and Oliphant turn up,
Sorry, yeah,
and they have to clear the board
yeah,
because then
they decide, well, let's put our entire plans up on the wall and
Yeah.
3.5 foot writing.
yeah,
What were they
yeah.
spreading on it?
Just white paint, I imagine.
What's all the police are like?
They
What's
don't do a
this?
very good job.
Just
chuck
painting now.
the paint on it. Like,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
try and do it with your hand. That's-
Yeah. Well, if you chucked it to, surely it would just be a load of painting and two random things like Fiat 500. Ford
Renault
car,
Megane.
Renault Megane.
Aye, at the start when they're just hanging about, he talks
Yeah.
about the stranger.
Oh,
You
yeah,
notice
yeah,
this?
that's right. Sorry.
Right?
Yes.
I never heard it called. I don't actually know. I would always call it a ghost
I'm
wank.
fucking thinking of the wrong cunt. That's James Caan.
That's James Caan's son, Scott Caan. Who were you thinking?
Is he
of?
in Entourage? No.
Yes.
Is he in-
Yes.
Is it Entourage he's in or something?
Yes.
Fuck.
He's an Entourage. I'm gonna look
I
up
was
what
thinking
he's
of the old cunt, the old mechanic.
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall.
What the fuck?
So what I
You thought he was
What?
James Caan's son? They're in The Godfather together, you tit.
This is how...
He's older than James Caan in
This
The
is,
Godfather.
This is why I say, God, I thought he looked like James Caan. What I've actually realised what I've done is I've just mistaken him for James Caan, not the son.
No.
Is what and they've both been in The Godfather. And then I went, no, that's not James Caan. James Caan's elf.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was
Elf's
like,
dad.
James Caan's an elf in Misery, and I go, that's the wrong guy. He reminds me of him. I think about him, but I do know Robert Duvall's name too because he was
Right. Scott Caan. He was an Enemy of the States.
Scott Caan.
Scott Caan.
Good name for an actor. It should be better.
Gone in 60 Seconds. Boiler Room. It's quite a good film. He's in Ocean's 11. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Ocean's 11. That's what he's in. He's one of the brothers. He's in all the Ocean's films.
Okay.
That's what I was fucking thinking.
Right. Yeah. Weird
Aye.
hair.
I'd never heard it called the Stranger.
He would make a good Duke Nukem.
He would make a good Duke Nukem. He fucking would. John Cena, the ultimate Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem would be. He'd be a good Duke Nukem.
Aye. Or Channing Tatum.
Channing would do a blockhead of that type.
You need a strong head and a jaw.
You need You need somebody to
You need
take
a big forehead and a jaw.
Al Qaeda take a while to hack the neck.
Oh aye. Oh God, you need a big neck as well, don't you? Aye.
Not a John Travolta one though. He's got a big neck. He's a big head. More of a big head.
Aye.
The neck's hidden.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking. So the Stranger, if you don't know it, the Stranger is, it's when you sit on your hand for a while till it goes numb, and then you wank yourself off, and it feels like someone else is doing it for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I've loads of jokes about it though.
Do you?
I used to write jokes about the Stranger all the time. The only one that comes to head anymore is it feels like someone else is wanking off your landlord.
All right.
Something like that.
I've tried it.
I don't think it. Do you know what? I don't like the feeling of my hand being numb. So that's already out the window.
It's weird.
Right. Sorry, I just realized you've tried it.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No, because what
it's your hand.
happens is, right? so I'm right-handed, right? So
okay, yeah.
So you sit on.
I
tell you,
did you sit in your
I've
left?
done it twice. Right?
Did you go both arms and just try and flop around?
First time I did it was just to try it out on the right hand, right? So I sat on this for ages. It takes quite a long time to get your hand numb when you're just sitting on it. Especially, I probably should have been sitting on a chair. I was just sitting on a bed. So I think you need some give in the other thing.
You need some heft.
Aye. So it took a while.
Yeah.
Right. And then what you do is your hand goes numb, right? But then it feels weird because you can't really pretend it's someone else because you're also guiding your hand.
Oh God!
Like you're like Weekend at Bernie's your own hand. So you're like
holding the one arm.
You're using your left to move your right up and down like a puppet. God. Right? So that's where you kind of go. And then very quickly pins and needles set in.
Ah.
So you're then wanking through pain. Because you want to get it done before you start getting feeling back. Because then what's the point? Then you're just wanking.
Then it's like, I'm becoming the Stranger.
So it's very weird. The other time I did it was I broke my thumb once playing basketball.
Okay.
Right. I was playing basketball with my pals because there was a summer we were fucking mad. I tell you, it was because White Men Can't Jump got released.
Oh, that's
right? So we got mad into basketball.
That's and a bunch of white dudes from
yeah,
Scotland.
Yeah. So we were mad into basketball, and we were playing one day, and my pal Andy was fucking, I don't know what he was so furious about, but he'd missed something, or missed a shot or something like that. And I was going down to get the ball, and I went down I put my palm on it like that, and he booted it. He went to boot the ball, and as my palm was on it, so the way it caught, my thumb just bent back like that, snapped my thumb. So I had a bandage, right, like a kind of cast bandage around it like that, right? And being that age, right, I wasn't going to let it stop me from masturbating. And I tried it with this hand. No, tell you what I did, right? First of all, I tried it.
Splint.
Right, so my left hand, right? But I'm so not left-handed that I had to basically stranger it with my right, right? Because I had so little power in my left.
A helping hand.
I'm trying to wank.
It's your helping hand, dude.
Yeah, but I've got no grip. I've got nothing.
I've
got nothing there at all. Right, so I'm having to basically clench it round and then use my hand because I've got no strength at all in the left hand. Right, if I'd have known this, I'd have built it up.
Okay.
And I was like, this is fucking dog shit. This is absolutely not working. So I went, I'll give it a bash.
Oh, no.
With the bandaged hand. That was an even bigger error. Because the way my thumb was placed, I had like not enough of a gap. So it basically, the bandage scraped down my cock. And to be fair, I kept at it and I finished off.
Oh, God.
But I had cuts and lesions
on
my cock. Because
it was hardly going to be worth it.
Well, I mean,
it was.
There was blood.
Oh,
not gonna lie, Ryan. There was blood.
I don't think I'd beat that.
There wasn't a huge amount of blood.
I feel like I stopped. There was a situation where I was going to end up passing blood.
But it was very. Oh no, I wasn't coming blood.
You were spraying blood everywhere.
There was blood on the skin outside my penis.
Splooging blood.
But I like cuts. It looked like it'd been fucking like a tiger had gone at it.
I was about to say after cat, but you
a tiger. A tiger. Cat, when they touch me, I need a full-blown Bengal tiger to ravage my cock.
Your Honor. Oh, fucking hell.
So anyway, sometimes I like to sit on a stranger's cock and then it feels like feels like I'm whacking off someone else.
I like to sit on my arm till it goes down. So till it goes thing, so it feels like I'm having a heart attack while I'm having a wank. Imagine that's what got you off. It's like crank.
I like to sit on my legs so I feel like a paraplegic wank.
Sit on my legs.
Drag myself to the bathroom.
Honey, wouldn't sit on my chest. I want to feel numb. I want to have a numb chest. So it feels like someone else is giving myself a tit wank. Sitting there going, giving yourself a tit wank would be quite spectacular. I saw someone sit on my tits till they go dead, so it feels like someone else is giving me.
Okay, we're sitting on cold concrete, so it feels like I'm rimming a stranger. Speaking of
fucking psychopaths, Lehman Kalitri, I believe his name.
Kalitri,
right? When they meet him, he does that thing where, for absolutely no reason, rather than telling them what he wants, he just goes off on these, like in John Wick, these are my birds.
I've got that right. I hate when villains do this.
Oh man, these are my birds.
Bond villains do it a lot. They've always got some niche, right? They've either got a niche, and for some reason, his is carpentry.
Yeah. His quote was, "See a piece of furniture take shape is like watching a child grow." Like, what the fuck are you on about?
Aye, if you're Geppetto.
Fucking, that's such a stupid. Like,
that's not the worst. That's not the worst line in this film. Okay. The worst line in this film is, how there's the rival gang of car thieves that are pissed at Nicolas Cage because they were going to get
one written down.
They were going to get the Kalitri job.
Yeah.
He's come back and obviously they've stolen their work, right? When they chase them and Cage and Ribisi are in the diner, right? The guy says something and he turns around to his crew, and I'm going to get this exactly right. It goes,
I think it's the one.
"You boys ready to play a bit of pin the tail on the donkey?"
That's not even that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't even fucking write that down.
"You boys up for playing a little pin the tail on the donkey?" What? Doesn't make any sense at all.
Sure. I thought you were going to say the one where he walks up to the other crew and he goes, "Hey, what do you pay your pit crew with, Oreos and gummy bears?" Like, that's another one of those, like, we took a piss out of recently in a film when slams are so shit.
Oh, Jesus.
And you're like, oh, man, don't say that. You're embarrassing us, if anything. Two Rogers don't make it right.
Oh, that's so bad. When Cage is pretending to be the guy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It is the worst undercover.
My name's Roger as well. Two Rogers don't make a right. And no, it's even worse. There's a fucking terrible one that Eccleston does as Kalitri. Where he goes, well, one rhymes as good as another. When it doesn't rhymes, but it pours. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, you mad bastard?
There is so much of the writing on some of the speeches were very poor. Like, I've never seen a film, though, that's had the word faggoty
Yeah.
He says he calls something faggoty.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Eccleston's terrible in this.
Yes, he is. He was truly. Is he anything to Bernie Eccleston?
I love Christopher Eccleston as well.
Do you? What's he in? I don't really know.
He was a Doctor Who, but that's not how I know him. He was in one of my favourite shows of all time, Our Friends in the North. It's a 6-part series in the 90s.
Never heard of
It was
it.
amazing. He's in Hillsborough.
Was he? Is he all right?
He was-
He got out, did he?
he was in that dramatization. He did a weird
I
thing.
thought it was fairly dramatic.
where he
People
played.
died.
He did a. But this is fucking shit.
Yeah, he really is. He's got that. It's just like he thought, I'll be eccentric, and
But I really.
he tried to match Cage.
Because this had one of my. I'm glad you brought up where he just talks about furniture, because that's one of my hated things in films.
Yeah.
When there's like you find it in like villains taking the hero through their lair or something like that, and rather than just getting to the fucking point, he starts going, I don't know if you've ever known about the Canadian army of the 14th century, but they had this particular thing and then he'd spout this historical shite. Every single one of them needs to have a knowledgeable base of something that has nothing to do, and then they'll try and do some kind of metaphor with that. But conversely, this film has one of my favourite scenes in films, a fucking getting the crew together scene. I love a getting the crew together montage.
Better. None as funny as getting the crew together. Nothing will ever be funny as MacGruber's getting the crew together.
Yes, that is funny.
It's a perfect parody of it.
Yeah.
But during the getting the crew scene, is that the one where one's a driving structure and the girl has to be Asian, happens to be an Asian,
an Asian woman.
Oh man, and I was sitting there going, surely not. And then they make the joke of it, which actually gets worse, because then she goes, like, I can't swim, I know where to stay in my lane. And I was like, who wrote? Do you reckon that guy just like finished the line and then whoever the whitest of? Imagine me, the palest of directors. Nailed it. That's exactly how I thought it was going.
It's so bad. Yeah. Like, we need to get someone who's really shit at driving.
Aye.
How about we make it an Asian woman? Fucking
this is a film about cars. It'll be guys watching. They're going to enjoy
it. Right, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna try and get the thing. There's Merman.
Merman? Who the fuck's Merman?
He's the gadget guy that goes.
Merman.
Mirror.
Oh, mirror. I thought like a mermaid.
People always do this. I can't say that because of my accent.
All right, mirror.
Yeah, mirror.
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
It's gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Here are we myrrh for you, Jesus, so you can see what you look like now. There, myrrh. Oh, look at you all nice. We're gold and frankincense.
That's like Nadine
Here's
Coyle.
a wee myrrh for you.
That's Nadine Coyle with a flower.
Myrrh.
I used to love that tweet when someone, in Tottenham put it COYS 100 million times, like, come on, you Spurs. It was like, was it Nadine Coyle in the countryside seeing cows?
Guys. Right, so Mirror Man.
Right, we had Merman. He's the gadget guy. Fine. Whatever.
Right, he's the dude that, for some reason, gives the dude fake fingerprints.
There was two fucking gadget guys, because the other guy was just like, yeah, I can do that.
Oh, he was the guy, because he was. There was the hacking into stuff.
Yeah. All right, so the hacker Anna gadget guy.
Yeah. And then Memphis Reigns.
Yes.
Kip Reigns. Robert Duvall called Otto.
Yeah.
Which I've just realised he's a fucking mechanic. Of course he's going to be called Otto.
Why? Because
automobile. And we've not even talked about.
Well, we're going to get onto the autoerotic when he's fucking fingering Eleanor, but we'll get to that in a second. It was a decent off the cuff one liner.
I seem to remember Angelina Jolie being in this a lot more than she actually is.
Do I? Okay, now this is obviously because of absolute horn when I was a kid. Because like I remember now looking back at it, maybe the white dreadlocks isn't a good idea, Angelina. You know?
Yeah,
but a culture.
I
mean, it's very much you get a bit of thing, but whatever. She was up here. I remember when I was a kid, it was Angelina Jolie in this. It was Kate Beckinsale in Underworld.
Right, fair.
And then it was, I was about to say Jessica Alba, but Sin City maybe. But that was about a wee couple of years after.
That was
Jessica Alba.
Not that much though.
Into the Blue, but the other two were playing a character that's not hers. She was just playing herself, Jessica Alba. But anyway, them two as a character specifically was always like, I was like,
oh, I remember seeing this at uni, and there was a chick that
came out of you there.
There was
Watching too much.
I know. There was a dame. There was this broad, right?
We in Donegal we say dolls a lot.
We doll?
Yeah. So and then but it sounds so dated if you say it out like.
So there was this lassie that my pal had actually seen.
Yeah.
And then she looked a lot like Angelina Jolie in this.
Jesus.
And I basically started fancying her a lot, and then had to ask my pal, is it all right if I ask her out as well? And he was like, aye. And then we went out on a date and largely told me to fuck.
It's like
I kept asking her about cars.
Yeah.
So is there any chance you ever think about
you're boosting a car?
Yeah, you ever think about dreadlocks?
Yeah, you would say dreadlocks.
You ever think about working two jobs?
Yeah.
You ever think about drinking water from an oil can?
I fucking that's not what I was saying about. The wrong one. Necked a load of petrol.
That's like she is hardly in it.
I thought she was in it way more. They were that weird scene where they're they're going to have sex, watching another couple. They're going to go. We're going to, they're waiting for the two couple. There's kind of like, well, we're going to have to wait this out. And I'm like, you don't really have to wait this out.
She did. It's a very suggestive scene because she keeps talking like, because it's Cage wastes it. Because Cage starts talking about fucking carburetors and stuff.
Oh,
like
that's
that,
right. She's like quite clearly doing a thing, yeah, and he's sitting there going,
and then he goes, "Oh fucking
yeah, the soft chrome of the dashboard," and you're like, right, yeah, the fog lights.
I'm revving my engine right now.
Aye.
And
I'm trying to suck off the gear stick here.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit more to it.
When she grabs the gear stick, that's quite horn. I remember that as a kid.
Did you?
And going.
You got yourself all bricked up.
Do you know?
I love that phrase. That's my new favorite phrase.
Do you know if you
bricked up?
Do you know if you sit on a gear stick for a while, it feels like you're unbreaking someone else's car?
Fuck's sake! Do you know what? Imagine if I know a good place where I would have got all of these cars. I had a better idea than theirs. Go to a really millionaire swinger party. Just stick all the cars out in the garden. And fuck each and every one of them.
There is some ways I'd make this. I think it would be funny if they had to steal 50 horses. And they just turn up to a race and push jockeys on.
And they call all the horses by car names.
They've got to steal 50 mobility scooters. So they're just kicking fat people off them in supermarkets.
God. Is her name Swag in it, by the way?
Sway.
Or Swag, sorry, Sway. That's right. Do you know what her name is? The character's name, though. This is pretty cool. So her nickname's Sway, but her character in the thing is Sarah Wayland. Sway.
Ah, that's why. I thought her actual name was Sway.
No. So it's Sarah Wayland's the character name, so that's Sway.
Ah, right.
Pretty good, that one.
And then they've
got Mirror Man, the gadget. Yeah. They really fucking. And what's Billy Jones's?
Sphinx. Which doesn't make it never gets explained.
Never, yeah.
And you're not like you can't go, oh right, it's because he's like a cat. You can't go, oh, it's because he's so. Is it because he's mystical? Is that why it?
Just do a fucking goddamn shite effort. Do a bad Guy Ritchie character.
I hate when he speaks.
That's why you're bad. Like that was so stupid. Yeah.
It doesn't make.
How funny Vinnie Jones speaks. Just don't speak.
The most the bit. So the haircuts. We mentioned Angelina Jolie's badly judged white dreads.
Yeah.
Everyone's got. Why the fuck does
everyone's got weird hair.
Yeah. The Cage has got. Even Robert Duvall's got weird hair in it.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Cage, who I think must have had hair put in for this.
I thought
because
it's frosted tips. It looks like your hair.
I know. See, I hate when cunts do. But it does look like he's had hair put in because he's a lot more hirsute in this than he is in Face Off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
So they've clearly gone, we need to give him blonde implants.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I find weird.
Yeah. It is. Why?
Don't know.
That's them just spicing them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't really.
Two things. Right. I've got the right. Okay. I've got three things left that don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right. And then one thing that. So they're stealing cars, right? They've got them all up on a board, and they give them all women's names.
Yeah. Yes.
code
This
names.
is fucked. Yeah.
Right. I also, before I go into why that's terrible, I also call my balls by women's names.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Your mum and your grand.
Michelle Obama. Your mum and your grand.
They say the reason, because one of Kip's crew says, "What the hell are they giving women's names?" It's like so that any police that go into the band with don't know we're stealing cars.
That made no sense.
Surely it's a hell of a lot more sinister and alarming if they're talking about stealing women.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Right? If it
We got Julia there down by the docks.
Exactly.
They're like, what?
if you come across a frequency where a guy's going, right, all we need to do is pick up the Diablo, the Testarossa, and the Carrera, right? And that's all we've got to do. Go like, oh, these cunts are stealing cars.
You stealing Tia Carrera?
If you if you listening in a bandwidth and you hear, right, like, listen, right, I've tracked down Julia and I've tracked down Michelle, right? We're having a bit of bother, so we reckon you're going to need to go over there and physically steal. Oh, God. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it'd be way worse.
Talk about stealing actual women.
Yeah,
you go, the fucking people trafficking ring going on here.
Yeah. It's yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Human trafficking.
Human traffic. Oh.
Yeah, get it up, you. No, but yeah, you're very much right there. It's very funny as well if they're, they've actually just like it's actually way more. Like the police would be way more like, oh my god. That like, sorry, I know what you're saying. I've lost my fucking words here, but they would be zoning in a way quicker. Yeah, basically.
You're then marking yourself out as a serial killer.
They're like Svetlana, and they're like, well, they're definitely going to be at the docks.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Eleanor's.
That's another thing that doesn't make sense. That's the most difficult car to steal. Why leave it to the last?
Yeah, start with that.
Why leave that as the one you've only got an hour to go? Start, like, if you can't do that one, then you go, the fucking game's up. Let's skip town.
Yeah.
Take our chances. You don't go, I'm going to leave the biggest challenge to when I've got the least amount of time.
Yeah, and
and also, for such a kick-ass car, how come it fucking shorts out all the time?
Yeah, it's in pieces, isn't it?
Twice you can't fucking start it. Like, what Mustang playing at?
It's their way of going,
Ford.
like, I love cars, but I don't love just the good ones.
Yeah.
Do you know that's what it is?
Yeah.
It's like a weak attempt at depth. Yeah. Really, he'd be in cars. The one thing he'd be like, this car will never short.
Aye.
I will have it so many.
The other thing doesn't make sense.
But yeah.
How, when we first meet Nicolas Cage, he's supposed to be the best car thief in the world, right? Or at least in LA.
Yeah.
And widely known. How has he now got a job teaching kids how to drive?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of shakes has he bypassed where he's teaching kids go-karting?
Do you reckon he turned up that day and they were like, you can't, man, you've got a thing? And he goes, I'll show you what I can do. And he does like some sort of one-handed, and they're like, wow.
Yeah, all the parents are quite willing to put aside these past misdemeanors when they see fucking little Bobby do a sweet 360 in the go-kart. Like, well,
in fairness, you would be like, if you wanted your son to be like, here, I want you to be good at go-karting. And they're like, the guy said, what? He was the getaway driver for he was the best in LA.
Yeah.
It's Nicolas Cage.
The other thing that doesn't make any sense is when Calitri offers them the money. I mean, obviously the main incentive to do this is the fact for Cage, anyways, because Ribisi's wee brother's going to get killed if he doesn't.
Yeah.
He then goes, "It's a job. I'm going to give you 200 grand." There's about 12 people on that team, so they're getting what? 7 grand each to do the riskiest car
enough.
theft in history. 7 grand.
You barely pay off the insurance for their own car.
You're like, what? You'd be like, fuck off, 7 grand.
In fact, imagine coming back to your wife.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
I'm not even stealing 3 cars for 7 fucking grand.
it's like stealing the pencils from the front of Fort Knox.
Like, what?
That's so funny. Imagine that. It's like, I successfully broke in to Wall Street, into the stock market, into some of the thing. How much did you take? £40.
£40 and a laptop.
There was a lot more there, wasn't there? I mean, it's the same crime. You'd think you would have got more.
It's the same crime.
You're going to go down for the exact same amount.
Christ.
The Elner thing was weird too, because
Yeah.
it was all like rubbing her and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like rubbing his cock on the wing mirror. You fucking take that, Elner.
Do you notice that the car chase is that same bit as in Terminator 2?
Aye, same place. Isn't
What
it?
is that place in
It's
LA?
just like isn't it a runoff?
It looks like a dam, but
It's
without
not a
any
dam.
water.
It's basically like a big wide aqueduct. I think it's for basically when floods, it can go off. It's like an offshoot of the river. They just
Aye.
chuck it down. That's why sometimes it's a little bit of water at the bottom of them.
Because it's where they race in. It's not the same place, but it's a similar kind of thing where they race in Greece at the end of Greece.
Never seen Greece.
You never seen Greece? No. They do a car like a car race
How
for.
fast, really? Lightning.
But they. But yeah, I recognised it from Terminator 2.
Okay.
The motorbike chase. But,
Okay.
but I'm done.
You're done. That's
That's
your
the film.
Yeah, the only other 2 things I had was a line that they said, "What's more exciting, having sex or stealing cars?" And she goes, "What about having sex while stealing a car?" And I was like, "Fuck up."
Yeah.
That's shite. What the
shite.
fuck are you saying? They were like, "That's a good line." You
That
know, they were
is-
looking like, "That's a good line." I go, "That's a shite line." It's another one of the bad lines. I realize now when we've talked this, there's a lot of bad lines in
Yeah.
this. The only other one was, you remember when he shot
I've said that to Amy. I'm like, what's better? Having sex or watching early series of The Simpsons? How about having sex? And then I go, nah, it's just watching early series of The Simpsons. Get the fuck off me and go to bed so I can watch The Simpsons.
Send her to the sitting room. That's where the TV is. I'm watching it on the laptop. The only other thing is, you know, there's a shotgun scene where he shoots a shotgun straight into a chicken coop.
Yes.
I was like, the fucking mess that would make, egg and bits of chicken everywhere. It's like the worst thing I can think about unloading a shotgun into.
Do you know what? You know the
tell you,
comic
yeah.
Daniel Petrie?
Yeah.
You know him?
You do, well.
He showed me a gig at the weekend. He showed me a video. Have you ever seen it? I've never seen it before. It's a baseball. It's a
Yeah, baseball hit the fucking...
it's from the bowler.
Yeah.
So the bowler fast bowls and then hits a pigeon.
Yeah. You can just
And the
obliterate.
fucking thing just explodes.
I've seen loads
It's
of these.
incredible.
There's a couple of good Formula 1 ones where a rabbit gets hit by a Formula 1 car.
Jesus.
The best one, though, is a rally car hits a horse.
Amazing.
Genuinely, a rally car driver hits a horse, and the horse, like, obviously...
That's fucking awesome.
Rally car horse. I gotta show you this, even if it's live on the. That's it. That's the bastard there. Back in the day, I used to love this. Back in the day, this was the big one. Right, so. Horse comes out and just.
Christ alive!
So-
The thing somersault.
Look at the blood all over the car. The car,
Nice.
like, obviously the car's completely fucked. So basically, the horse somersaults with a big. I think that's an inside view. Let me see. Oh, not of the horse. Yeah.
My God, that is unbelievable.
Came out, a beautiful, majestic horse getting absolutely pancaked. It front flips. I didn't think a horse would flip, but But I suppose that's going some speed.
Because it need to be
There's,
some speed.
the funny thing is, there's another horse, clearly part of the family. Like one, like, oh my god,
Dad!
no, son.
Why the horse walks in a bar? Why the long face? Dad just got obliterated by a rally car.
Colin McRae.
Oh my god.
Colin McGinn.
Right, brilliant film though. Lovely
Good
film.
one, good fun.
Class 2000, fucking excellent action.
What this
nonsense
podcast is all about.
Yes.
But-
So next week, Ryan,
okay.
this is a bit of a treat.
Sassy Bajos.
Let me get it. I'll just check. Yep. This is our first ever sequel.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What
Right.
the fuck could we have a sequel to?
We are doing, right, Sex and the City 2.
You're such a fucking cunt. You're
Sex and the City 2. The one where they go to Dubai.
Such a bastard. I thought I was gone from it. That's pretty funny, I must say. That's pretty funny.
Do you know how long I've been sitting?
You've been such a dying
I've been
on that.
sitting with Sex and the City for ages.
And you
And then I found Sex and the City 2, and I told Amy, I was like, see when we do Sex and the City, right, I'm going to immediately bring the sequel the next
such a-
time.
This is the first sequel. They do 2 Sex in the fucking Cities. It's such a weird that we have Gone in 60 Seconds in between them. Just
We could have done Blade 2. We could have done Mission
That's what
Impossible
I said.
2.
What Jew is he going for?
Batman Returns, anything.
Fuck's
But no. Sex and the City 2.
Jesus Christ.
The girls are back and more fabulous than ever. And that's Heart Radio saying
It
that,
even
Ryan.
oh, it's already annoying me. Sex in the City 2, the movie.
Yeah, the
There's
movie,
already
yeah.
had the movie. That was the first one. You can't just call it the movie.
Liza Minnelli's in it.
Oh, Christ.
The fun, the fashion, the friendship. Sex and the City 2 brings it all back and more as Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte and Miranda come together to take another bite out of the Big Apple and beyond in a hilarious sequel. What happens after you say I do? Life is everything the ladies ever wished it would be, but it wouldn't be Sex and the City if life didn't hold a few more surprises. After all, sometimes you just have to get away with the girls.
You're a fucking wanker. Fuck's sake. Most people have tweeted going, I've been dreading this one.
Apparently this one's even worse.
For fuck's sake. I'm now looking forward to it. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh my god.
Because the Sex and the City episode was funny, but now
Yeah.
we're going again. This is going to get brutal. I reckon
yeah.
this is going to be more brutal.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Same old stuff. 5-star ratings. Please make sure you give us all them.
Thanks. I didn't realise that you could leave 5-star ratings on Spotify. And
Oh, do we have them?
tons of folk have left 5 stars.
Oh,
so thank you.
oh,
Thank you
brilliant.
for that. If you keep doing that, then that's awesome. And if you can,
Word
or
of
you're
mouth.
listening on Apple podcasts, and give us one there. And if you fancy writing one, that would be class.
Yeah, we've got both our fringe shows on sale, obviously. That's what
Yep, the links are both there.
if you know what, fuck it. I may as well do it now. There is podcast merch. You're against this, right? Can I just say Nelson's against this? I was like, let's do podcast merch, right? Because I've done these guys before. The website's like old, but the stuff's good. That's why I took them. Like, because I had 2 podcast plays for the old podcast, and it was like paper. The fucking hoodie was made of paper, and I was like, I can't give this to anybody.
Yeah.
So I have it. So basically, it's in podcastmerch.co.uk/absolute cuts, and it's basically you build your own shit.
I've not even seen it.
No, to be honest, it's not. It's just ready, and I didn't even look at it yet. But basically, yeah, you just go in and you choose the hoodies, choose what you can choose, like absolute cuts. You can even choose your little face mark on it, little thing. I always think they're weird though.
This makes me sick.
Yeah, I know it does. Yeah. But anyway, there's even baby grows. A couple of baby grows.
See if we are going to do. I'm going to start designing t-shirts.
You can do that, yeah.
It'll be cool. See if we had absolute cuts. If you could just get absolute cuts, but we got it in the different font of different films we've done.
Yeah, we.
You know how the Blade
that
font
would be class.
is?
Yeah,
Is that trademark?
Yeah, we should trademark it. Like, I mean, see,
No, but is it trademark to use the font?
yeah, I don't think so. I think you can get away with it. You can get absolute cuts, just like the writing across. I think.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's what I mean. We just do absolute cuts, but do it in a
would you
different
change
font.
the fonts every time? Yeah.
That would be cool.
You can fucking
Well, you know,
do it.
like the Pulp Fiction, that's got a cool font with the
Yeah,
red
yeah,
and
I
the
know
yellow.
that,
If
yeah.
that was absolute cuts in the Pulp Fiction font.
That would be cool. Yeah,
That would
it's
be
a
cool.
lot of work though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Oh well, now fucking how? We just need to find. We need to find like a program that has all those fonts.
Is it that easy?
And
If it's
never
that
change
easy,
it.
it'd be class because I can just send it to
Aye.
them. That would be fucking pretty sweet.
Aye, oh, I'm into it now.
Yeah. Choose the color, choose the logo.
Yeah.
Buy it if you like it. There's podcast basically merch. I'll just, we have other plans coming up and everything like that. I'll stick it to it, but sure, it's there if you want it.
Yeah, we've got big plans coming up that we will announce.
Yeah, I didn't
after-
really feel like pushing the merch. I just had it there.
Yeah, we will push it more.
I have cups. The cups look great.
The cups are. I don't tea towels. How does the comics sell tea towels after gigs?
I don't know about tea. It's a bit different. A podcast one's a bit different. Like I have a little bit worse. Like if I had to do it after my own gigs, I feel like it would be a little bit more. Unless I was huge, like I get people doing it, but no, I did these before.
All right, I'll get on board eventually.
Yeah. You were really. It's like I've met us a podcast merch thing. You're just like, wow, fuck off.
And then after episode 50, we've got a big announcement that we're going to make.
Yeah.
And we've got a thing. So we'll be doing Sex and the City 2 next week, which will be week 47. And then week 48, Ryan's going to pick one. And then 49 and 50, because it's our 50th anniversary,
Any film.
we are going to pick. We can pick any film. We don't need to have found it in a charity shop. And we're both individually going to pick one of our favourite films.
Yes.
So we'll do that, and then after that we'll go into the Euros and we'll do football films.
Oh, it's going to be great. That's great. Perfect. See you soon.
So see ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.